Hi students, in the previous class we are discussing about what is atom, atomic mass and gram atomic mass. Now in this class we are going to discuss about molecules, how molecules will form. Okay, so let's study about molecules and compounds. You see that what actually molecules, why molecules has to form. As you know that atoms, they are very small and these atoms cannot exist as independent atoms. So in order to become stable, it has to be combined with other atoms. So when atom combines with other atom, they form molecules. So the concept here is, in order to become stable, atoms either they form molecules or they form ions. So now you will come to know in the coming classes what is meant by molecules and ions, how they will form, or what is actually the meaning of stability. So just remember the concept is, atoms cannot exist on independent on their own. Either they may form molecule or they may form ions in order to become stable. Then what actually molecules? So let's define molecules. Here molecules is, these are the smallest particle of a substance, particles of a substance which substance, instead of substance we can write element, smallest particle of an element or compound capable of independent existence and shows all the properties of that substance, The smallest particle of an element or a compound. Means element, compound, they are nothing but as a matter or the substance. So they can exist as independent and they shows all the properties of that particular substance. So here, while forming a molecules, the atom, they can combine with atom of its same kind or different kinds of atom. So depending upon whether it is going to combine with the same atom or with the different atom, these molecules classified into two types. So this includes molecules of elements, and next one, molecules of compounds. So let's see first one, molecules of elements. So molecules of elements means, so here the atom combined with, in this particular molecules here atom can combine with two or more same kinds of atom to form molecules, then it is called as molecules of element. Here atom can combine with two or more same kinds of atoms, means one particular atom they can combine with atoms of the same kind, but it may be a 2, 3 or 4 depending upon the different number. So based on that how many number of atoms are involved in that particular molecule, and we can measure them, means we will give some particular terms how many molecules are involved in atoms are involved in a molecule, and that is what we call atomicity. So atomicity refers to number of atoms in a molecule, is called as atomicity. So based on how many numbers of atoms are there in the molecule, we have different types of molecules are there, and this includes monoatomic molecule. Monoatomic molecule. So here monoatomic molecule means some molecules they exist as just like that of their atom. So it is what we call monoatomic. Say for example, we will call it iron. Most of the metals, so they exist on their own. Iron and sodium, some gases like noble gases, helium, neon, xenon, argon. So these are some of the elements, they exist in the environment as a single atoms or single molecules. So then they are called as monoatomic molecule. So atom also represented in the same symbol, molecules are expressed in the same symbol. Okay, they are called as monoatomic molecule. Then next one, diatomic molecule. Means here atoms combine with other atom, they form diatomic molecule. Say for example, take oxygen. So oxygen is represented by O2. Means here this O2 refers to there are two oxygen atoms. So atomicity of this oxygen is 2. Atomicity andre number of atoms in a molecule. Oxygen ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಇದಾವೆ? ಎರಡು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರೆಯವು? ಇದೊಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ಒನ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ವಿತ್ ಅನದರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವೇನು ಬರಿತೀವಿ? ಅಟಾಮಿಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಈಸ್ 2. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್. So we write it as N2. Atomicity is 2. So in case of this, atomicity is 1. Then hydrogen. So it is H2 and atomicity of hydrogen molecule is 2. So by this way we can calculate atomicity, and these are all diatomic molecules. Then next one, polyatomic molecules. Poly refers to many, means if an atom combined with atom of its same kind but it is more than 2. If an atom combined with more than 2 kinds of atoms, then it is called as polyatomic molecule. Say for example, phosphorus. So phosphorus is represented as P4. Means there are 4 phosphorus atoms combined together from one phosphorus molecule. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಬರಿತೀವಿ, O2 ಬರಿತೀವಿ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ 2 ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫರಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ 1 ಫಾಸ್ಫರಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ 4 ಫಾಸ್ಫರಸ್ ಆಟಮ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ 1 2 3 4 ಈ 4 ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಿ 1 ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫರಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಆಯಿತಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಸಲ್ಫರ್. So it is S8. Then you can tell me how many sulfur atoms are there in the sulfur molecule. Okay. Then ozone. It is O3. So now I have given atomicity of this diatomic molecule. Can you write atomicity of phosphorus, sulfur and ozone on your own and send me the answer? What is atomicity of phosphorus, sulfur and ozone? Now this is about the molecules of element. The next one is molecules of compound. So molecules of compounds means an atom can combine with atoms of different atoms, then they form compounds. Then it is called as molecules of compound. The difference between molecules of elements and molecules of compound is, in molecules of element, atom is going to combine with atoms of its own kind. If for example O2, we said that, so there are 2 oxygen atom, 2 hydrogen atom, take sulfur, all of them are sulfur atom only. But in compounds, one atom of an element, it is combining with atom of different element, then they form compound. Say for example water. You see that it's a molecules of compound. It is contains 2 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. Both are different. Carbon dioxide, it is different. So these are examples for molecules of compound. Let's see one more example. Sulfur dioxide and methane. Do one thing, can you write atomicity of all these elements and send me the answer? So what is the atomic number of water, carbon dioxide, sulfur and methane? So just remember this, the name of this one is methane. So this is about molecules of elements and compounds. So here, as we measure atomic mass, similarly we can measure molecular mass also. Again, the molecular mass, how to represent molecular mass? As we have taken standard unit in case of atom while measuring the mass of an atom, here also we have to take standard mass while measuring the mass of a particular molecule. So let's see how to measure that. So while measuring of an atomic mass, we have taken carbon 12, the mass of carbon 12 as a standard unit. So what we have taken? We have taken carbon 12 mass of an atom of carbon 12 as a standard unit while calculating atomic mass. Instead of atom, we have to take mass of carbon 12 molecules. In that cases, it will become molecular mass. Say for example, so here molecular mass can be measured by measuring mass of all the atoms. Say for example, you take water. Okay, in that we have hydrogen and oxygen. There are two hydrogen and one oxygen. Now we have to add the mass of all the atoms involved in that, and that can be compared with atomic mass of carbon 12 isotope. By this way we can measure molecular mass. So we can define molecular mass as it is sum of mass of atoms of molecule, it is what we call molecular mass, sum of all the atoms. So let's see some problems related to this, then you will come to know a clear idea regarding this. Say let's see some problems. Calculate the relative molecular mass of water. Relative molecular mass of the two compounds they have given. One is H2O and another one is HNO3. So here in the bracket they will give the mass of particular element. Say there are how many elements are there? Hydrogen is there, it is 1. Oxygen is there, it is 16U. Then nitrogen, it is 14 unified mass. Now let's calculate first one, A. That is molecular mass of water, mass of H2O. Okay. Then in this case, how many hydrogens are there? 2 hydrogens. Say write 2. Then we have to write mass of hydrogen atom plus how many oxygen? 1. Mass of oxygen atom. Better write full form, hydrogen atom. Okay. It is 2. Mass of one hydrogen atom is, they have already given, it is 1. So write 1 plus 1 into mass of oxygen is 16. So 2 ones are 2 plus 16, you will get 18 unified mass. So the mass of a molecule is 18 unified mass. So this is how we have to calculate mass. Means everything they will give. They give mass of the different atoms, which is going to give problem. Just add those values and put the total value of all the atoms. This will become the molecular mass of that particular substance. Okay, this is how we have to calculate molecular mass. It's a very simple one. We'll solve some more problems, then I'll give some problems just to solve on your own in a home. Next one, the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. Okay, then calculate its molecular mass. Calculate its molecular mass. So now they give the value. Hydrogen is 1, carbon is 12, oxygen is 16. Okay. So let's calculate molecular mass of glucose. Now we have to count the number. So in the glucose molecule, so first element is carbon. How many elements are there? There are 6. They are given 6 number, means 6 carbon atom. So mass of carbon plus next 12 hydrogen. 12 into mass of hydrogen atoms. Then next one, 6 into mass of oxygen. Carbon mass is 12 plus 12 into 1 plus 6 into oxygen is 16. Now once again 6 as it is, because there are 6 carbon atom and mass of one carbon atom is 12 plus there are 12 hydrogen, so I have written 12 into mass of hydrogen is 1 plus then next one 6 oxygen, so I have written 6 and mass of one oxygen atom is 16. So now we have to multiply 72, 12 plus 96. Okay, now we have to add this. 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 2 10, 1 carry, 9 plus 1 10, 11, 11 plus 7 18. So 180 is the molecular mass of glucose. So this is how we have to calculate the mass of particular compound. Now I'll give some more problem and solve them. So these are some problems and try to solve the molecular mass of these compounds. Okay, next. So here, as we measure the gram of the mass of an atom in terms of gram, this is what we call gram atomic mass. Similarly, we can measure the molecular mass also in terms of grams, and it is called as gram molecular mass. Gram molecular mass. So it is defined as the mass of a molecule, the mass of a molecule is measured in terms of grams. Is measured in terms of grams, then it is called as gram molecular mass. Say for example, so as we have calculated water is 16 unified mass. If it is unified mass is replaced with 16 gram, then it will become gram molecular mass of water. And glucose we have calculated, it is it is 180 unified mass. So if unified mass replaced with gram, it is called as gram molecular mass. Means the value will be same, only the unit, that is unified mass, is replaced with gram, then it is called as gram molecular mass. So this is about the elements, compounds and molecules. Okay. Next is that formula unit mass. So one more concept, formula unit mass. So now we have calculated atomic mass, molecular mass. Then what actually this formula unit mass? And the question arises in your mind that how many masses are there? Then how much we have to remember about to calculate the masses. So whatever you have learned, the finding the molecular mass, that is enough. Okay. It is just a bit similar to finding molecular mass. The only the difference the unit mass refers to, formula unit mass refers to, it is the finding the molecular mass of the molecules in case of ionic compounds. Okay, see that the water, glucose, these are not ionic compounds, but we can, whatever the method we applied to measure the molecular mass, the same method we are applying in the case of formula unit mass, and it is applicable only for ionic compounds. So only the difference is that it is including all types of molecules, but it is including only ionic compound. That is the main difference between finding the molecular mass and finding the formula unit mass. This is the simple difference. So let's see some problems related to this. If you see example, then you will come to know. Say CaCl2. CaCl2, it is an ionic compound. Okay. Then zinc oxide, sodium oxide. So these are all ionic compounds. Then how can I think you are getting confusion? How can we come to know that they are given ionic compounds are only the molecules? So you may get a little bit confusion. So need not to worry about that. So whatever they make you, find the molecular mass or formula unit mass, apply the same method. So while coming classes you will come to know that which form ions, which will not form ions. Okay. So just for the sake, just learn how to find the molecular mass. Now we will take an example, finding the formula unit mass. We have to apply the same method. So molecular mass of calcium chloride, CaCl2 is calcium chloride. Now here there is only one calcium, plus 2 into mass of chlorine. One into mass of calcium. So the mass of calcium is 40. Okay, 40, and 2 into mass of chlorine is 35.5. So 40 plus 70, we will get 120 unified mass. Sorry, 111. triple level. Triple one, it is unified mass of calcium chloride. So this is how you have to calculate the formula unit mass. So now I will give some more examples. It is 2 5s are 10, 2 5s are 10 and 11. Okay, 71. Next, finds exam, just homework. So solve them. Zinc oxide, sodium oxide, K2CO3. So mass of these elements is zinc. It is 65 unit. Oxygen is 16 unified mass. Sodium is 23 unified mass. Potassium, it is 39. Carbon, 12 unified mass. So the thing is that you have to calculate the masses of these elements like that. These are all ionic compounds. Apply the same method and send me the answer. Whether it is correct or not, I will check it and I will tell you. Okay, so this is about the atom, atomic mass, molecular mass and formula unit mass. In the next class we will discuss about the one more important concept, that is ionic compounds, and we shall continue in the next class. Thank you.